Hi there, and welcome to this episode of Consciousness Fucking Empowerment. Here we talk about consciousness, the law of attraction, and how to reach your fucking dreams. For some reason, I felt like we just shifted into a different reality. Literally, I saw a slide go through. All right. Welcome. Today, we're going to talk about Neville Goddard's Power of Awareness, POA, the Effortless Way, Chapter 14, or in order, Chapter 14, the Effortless Way. Okay. Before we get started, okay, I want you to ask yourself this question and answer it honestly. Are you ready to be the highest fucking version of yourself? The best version. If you're not, stop watching, go watch some YouTube video or some music videos or something like that, because this is not going to help you, okay? Because you're not ready. And two, ready to be humble, open-minded, in other words, okay? To learn. Be humble enough to learn and to apply. And I know you are, but I have to remind you, because I myself sometimes have to be like, oh shit, like, Miguel, shut it. Listen to this person. This person has what you know. Like Phil Jackson, I've been listening to his books. Gucci Man. Things like that. People like that, but that happens to me. That's why I have to say this to you. We are not all that different from each other. We all have very, very similar desires: love, wealth, health, happiness, success, and emotions. All right? We're not that different from each other. All right, so now let's get started. I'm going to start off with the first two sentences of this chapter because it really sums up his main idea here. Sometimes he doesn't, because he starts off with the quote and he goes on to explain it, but this one is a little different, okay? Quote, "The principle of least action governs everything in physics, from the path of a planet to the path of a pulse of light. Least action is the minimum of energy multiplied by the minimum of time. Therefore, and moving from your present state to the state desired, you must use the minimum of energy and take the shortest possible time." You look at nature, water that comes down from, let's say, a cliff, it's not going to go against gravity and move back up or turn left or right and be like, oh, I'm going to go this way. It just flows down. It goes through the crevices, the cracks, if it has to, if there are some. If not, it just goes through over the boulder and out down to the ground. We humans, for some fucking reason, our beliefs, right, our limiting beliefs, we're like that drop of water that goes down the cliff and then fucking stops and thinks like, oh, wait, should I do this? Should I not do this? Because they're not committed. But I'm going to go this way real quick. So they choose and do something else, and then they come back. They make that left or that right turn. Like, oh, let me go check over here. Somebody tells them, hey, come over here, do this. And you don't listen to your own conscience, your own inner voice, and you follow the external. You're led by the external, like Neville Goddard mentioned in the past chapters. Okay? And he says this, quote, "You must employ the psychological equivalent of least action, and the psychological equivalent is mere assumption. Just assume it now. Assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled now." Just like William Shakespeare says in one of the plays, I think it's Hamlet. He goes, "Assume the habit if you have it not. Assume the habit if you have it not. And then it continues on. In my book, I write about this in my book, Goal Achievement. It's in the description below. If you look down below, you'll find it. I quote William Shakespeare. I quote him, and then he goes on to say something to the effect of, "At first, it's difficult, but then as you begin to do it over and over and over, it becomes as powerful as nature." It just flows, just like nature flows, just like that drop flows, just like the earth goes around, like Neville Goddard says, just like the earth goes around, just like the light shines, without effort, in the least amount of time. The day you fully realize the power of assumption, you discover that it works in complete conformity with this principle. It works by means of attention minus effort. So attention minus like strenuous effort, like, you don't need that. An assumption brings the invisible into sight. It is nothing more nor less than seeing with the eye of God, imagination. Every event in the visible world is a result of an assumption or idea in the unseen world. Okay? Everything you see out here was an event in the unseen world until it was manifest. And this is key. Now, the next 3 sentences I'm going to share are key, okay? I hope you're following with me. This is about the effortless way. The effortless way and your manifestation. Manifestations, I should say. Because you're not going to manifest just once. You're going to manifest hundreds of times. The present moment is all important. For it is only in the present moment that our assumptions can be controlled. The future must become the present in your mind if you would wisely operate the law of assumption. Let me repeat that again. The future must become the present in your mind if you would wisely operate the law of assumption. If you would wisely operate. Be still and know that you are that which you desire to be. The end of longing should be being. Okay. When you assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, you no longer want what you've been desiring because you are it. You are being it. If you still feel like you're lacking, start visualizing it again. Get into the feeling of the wish fulfilled, or ask yourself this question. Write this question down. How would I feel were my wish realized? How would I feel were my wish realized? And usually relief, like, yeah, relief. But just sit in that feeling. Sit in it. I like how he wrote that right there. Be still, least action, in parentheses, and know that you are that which you desire to be. The end of longing should be being. There's a lot of passages, there's a lot of verses in the Bible where it says, be still. Because you have to go inward. Be still, go inward, relax. Visualize it, feel it, and then sit in it for a couple of minutes in the feeling. And here's something I want to share because I wrote this in my my journal today. It was something that I spoke to God about, and that was coming out of my conscience because of what we've been reading as well. And it was this: work from the future to present, not past to present. I'm going to repeat it again because this is profound. Work from the future to present, not past to present. The reason we stay the way we are staying is because we constantly focus on the past and feel the feelings of what are certain circumstances. That's feeling the circumstance, because what you're looking at is past ideas and thoughts. Okay? Past ideas and thoughts. There's this guy called BWManifesting. I like his what he wrote on his caption. He wrote, "The 3D is dead," right? The 3D is dead. You can think about it that way because the 3D is the past. You can start creating new things. Now, here's something else I wrote. In addition to this follows. That is how you walk in the assumption of the wish fulfilled. Because you are thinking from the future to present, your feelings of the wish fulfilled, the wish, not something negative, not something you fear, something positive, because you're living from that, okay? From that dynamic, from the future to present, and you're feeling the wish fulfilled. That is how you walk in the assumption of the wish fulfilled. So when you're shaking somebody's hand, you're like, I'm a man who's married, or I'm a man who has multiple girlfriends, or I have a girlfriend who's gorgeous, or you're shaking, or you say I am a multimillionaire, or what have you, whatever your goal is. I am healthy. I am muscular. And you got there when people start saying things to you like, oh, these are evidence. This is evidence of the things that are coming and already manifested. For example, I visualize me being ripped and in shape all the time. Saw my body yesterday, abs. Of course, this is gonna happen. I'm walking. A guy kind of got scared a little bit. He's like, oh, he saw me because I had my muscle shirt on, and he's like, hey man. And I looked at him. And he's like, hey, you look good. I'm like, oh, okay, thank you, bro. I didn't want to scare him like anything, but that's what happens when you have muscles and you have a bodybuilding shirt on like that. It scares people sometimes because they're not used to seeing a muscular man. You know what I'm saying? So whatever you're manifesting, is, hey man, you're really rich. If you're like manifesting money, they'll be like, man, you're wealthy, man. You have a lot of money to spend. You're like, yeah, I do, right? If you want to be a man who has a lot of women, you'd be like, hey man, ooh, you have a lot of women, right? And then you're like, yeah. All the ladies love you. I'm like, yeah. That's where your goal is, right? So I've been getting that a lot because that's one of my goals. Okay. Now don't judge. We all have our own desires. Okay? We all have our own desires. Okay, now that's that's what I wrote down from my meditation today. It's a new way of thinking, so that's profound. Okay, that's profound right there. That's a major switch in thinking. I just got this switch. Think from the future to present. That's a new concept I was not living by. Yeah, I was living in the feel the feelings of the wish fulfilled to manifest, yes, but I was not living by a concept of live from the future to present. Forget the past, it's past. Be grateful for it, but it's past. Okay? Now I'm gonna end it with this quote from Neville Goddard. Translate your dream into being. Perpetual construction of future states without the consciousness already being them, that is, picturing your desire without actually assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled, is the fallacy and mirage of mankind. One more time. Translate your dream into being. Perpetual construction of future states without the consciousness of already being them, that is, picturing your desire without actually assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled, is the fallacy and mirage of mankind. It is simply futile daydreaming. What he's saying there is, be now. When you visualize, be that person and feel the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Because if you're not doing that, if you're visualizing and you're not feeling the feeling of the wish fulfilled, then you are wasting your fucking time. The way he says it, picturing your desire without actually assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled is the fallacy and mirage of mankind. If you look up mirage, mirage is like just an illusion. It's not something that's really not real. But when you feel it, woo, it's real. Okay. And that feeling of wanting is gone. The end of longing should be being. Okay. I forgot where I put my I don't know where I put my damn bookmarker. Well, it is what it is. Hope you like this one. Take the shortest route. Don't force. Just sit still in the feeling. Sit still in it. Everything will happen for you. You'll start getting hunches. You'll start getting energy to do certain things. Another thing from, I think it's BWManifesting. I'm not sure. I'll put his name down here. He also talks about Neville Goddard a lot. BWManifesting. I'll put it below if I have it wrong. He says this is a way to like manage the circumstance. You know, in addition to like, hey man, this is just the past. I'm feeling the feeling of the wish fulfilled because I'm living from the future to now. He says, imagine the physical is like you being at a movie. You're sitting down, you're at a movie, and it's just part of the movie. You know where the end is. Your desired state, your wish fulfilled, is the ending of the movie. So you know where it's going. So whatever is going on, you know, it's a movie. Like he gives the example of Top Gun. You're watching Top Gun. You know there's no war going around and all that stuff. This is all just like a show. This is a play. So be grateful for it. Be grateful for your circumstance, whether if it looks positive or not. It just is. Be grateful for it. Okay? Because you know it is moving you to that end scene like the movie, right? Like the movie. It's taking you to the end scene. So when you get it, you're like, of course that was going to happen. Of course. I've seen this movie before. That's why it's no longer deja vu. We no longer call it crazy, right? Of course it was going to happen. I love you. Until next time, if this resonated with you, if I mentioned something that reminded you of somebody, share this with them. If you want them to live their best life, share this with them. Okay, share it with somebody you deeply love and fucking care about. All right, and comment below if you have any questions, anything you want me to make a little bit more clear, anything. Let me know. Let's start a conversation. This is a tribe. Okay, this is a collective of souls who are moving to the highest version of themselves. And we will perpetually keep moving, okay? It doesn't stop. Once we manifest something, we keep going, okay? I don't know if I said this already. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, I love you. Peace.